Welcome to the new BCMM network. The following podcast is meant solely for the enjoyment and entertainment of our audience. You're watching the all-new Blue Collar Minutemen show. Together we took back our nation.
One.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Blue Collar Minutemen show. We did it. Bill.
Thank you guys for joining us that night.
Oh, man. It was a great night. It was a long night. Got a little frustrating again about 1 o'clock in the morning. Because what happened again? They stopped counting. Oh, I know.
We did it.
We did do it.
And this time we stayed right there till the end.
Until they called it.
Until President Trump gave his speech.
Yep.
You didn't tune in. Again, while I'm thinking about it, I want to thank Sergeant Joe's again for letting us use that facility to broadcast live out of.
Yep. For all of your needs, whether it be first responders needs, including nurses, firefighters, even military. If you're in the Guard, they'll take care of it, Sergeant Joe's. And before we go on any further, folks, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Share these videos, whether you're on Rumble, YouTube, or BitChute, on any of those platforms. Help us get the word out, and let's keep this red wave going. All right. So, Bill, I've been excited about this all week. I've been dying to get on here and talk about it all week. And only thing I can say, folks, is you all remember the 1992 Dream Team consisted of Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley, you name it. Well, the Dream Team is back. And now it's in Washington, D.C. Bill, so what do you think about that? I mean, have you seen this cabinet that Trump is putting together?
It is amazing. Totally amazing. The Democrats are having a heart attack over this, but
of course,
it's I think it's amazing. They're like, I hope y'all got what you asked for because it's really screwed up. I'm like, no, we got everything we asked for. As long as they get approved, we're good to go.
Yeah. And, that's the big fight right now is, I was watching the newscast and there was, of course, some Democrat up in the Senate saying, well, yeah, he can go ahead and he can name who he wants to, but we still have to vote on it.
I think from what I'm hearing today, Trump's saying he's got enough votes to take care of that.
And, that's something else, Bill. I understand that the Democrats lost, but shouldn't we all be trying to work together?
Wait a minute. Here's a question. Here's a question I got.
Mm-hmm.
They talk crap about us for 4 years for election deniers, being election deniers. And that's the first thing they jumped up and said. It was stolen.
Listen,
I tell you what, I'll be wholeheartedly 100% for them to recount every single vote as soon as they get through counting 2020.
Exactly.
As soon as they get through with that, then we'll move on to 24. See what they got.
Of course, we know that they're not going to do that. So
no, 24 wasn't rigged. But they can't explain, if you've seen the chart, if you look back all the way to, way back, the Democrats are like, in this 60 million.
Right
across the line. Then all of a sudden Biden gets 81 million. Then it goes back down to Kamala, back down to 60. So where did that they're saying we've lost those 20. What happened? Did all those Democrats die? No, they never existed. They were already dead when the election happened, probably. There
Yes.
was no, I mean, that right there should show you that there was some massive hoodooing going on during that. But anyway, that's in the
Oh, I
past.
know.
I'm just celebrating our victory now.
Well, let me just say this. I'm talking about this dream team, but look at what he's done. You got Trump and JD Vance. He's pulled in Tulsi Gabbard, and I think he appointed her as to basically she's going to be over the CIA and the FBI. Is that correct?
Who,
Over
Tulsa?
the intelligence agencies.
She's
Tulsa.
going to be
Yeah.
National Intelligence Director, I think. I'm looking for it here real quick. I'll bring it
Yeah.
up.
It should be National Intelligence Director. But
Uh,
you got her doing that. He has appointed Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to basically clean house, so to speak, which I'm going to love it so much because all it's going to do is put money back in you, mine, and everybody else's pockets because they're going to get rid of all of these departments that are absolutely useless.
well, they're going to get rid of the. Okay. They were showing some of these agencies have people working and they don't even come to work. They
Right.
don't even come to work. They show up, they punch
And they
the
draw
clock,
a check.
they go home, they come back and they punch the clock and go home. Again, I mean, they're not even work. They're not even working from home. They're not working. They're getting a paycheck.
Hey, I bet they're out there on the golf course, Bill.
Mhm. That's where I'd be.
That and probably trying to do some insider trading.
Okay, here's what
But
CBS is reporting. I got it up now, so
yeah.
let me find.
See, you sent me that thing about CBS and what they're reporting, but I literally missed it. I picked the wrong video or something.
Oh, yeah, they got okay. Let me find Tulsa on here.
Listen, I'm still telling you, he couldn't have picked a better person. But I'm going to just kind of remind you all.
They keep saying, "Oh my God, she's a Russian asset." Where the hell do they get that?
She was a Democrat. She was one of them.
I don't get it. All of a sudden, she's a Russian asset.
Right.
I mean, she's a lieutenant colonel in the Army Reserve. Do you think she would stay in there if she? Yeah, come on.
Listen, the thing that scares me most about these Democrats that are up there, and this is something that we as the people should be worried about. I feel like they're going to try to stop any type of progression for us as people of this United States. They're going to try to stop any type of progression to make lives better for this working class people in this country. That is my fear.
She's the director of national intelligence.
They don't want director of national intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's RFK Jr. going to be? He's like Health and Human Services, right?
I think he's RFK Jr. is Health and Human Services.
Right.
Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Now, I want to say something about that too. So everybody who knows me knows that I go over to my mom's and I have to sit through watching liberal television.
The View.
Oh my gosh. Listen, those women on there have something wrong with them. They are saying that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to cause all the babies in the United States to die because he's going to get rid of all vaccinations, and that people are going to die because he's going to get rid of the preservatives that are in food that keep us healthy, so to speak.
Yeah, right.
Folks, all of y'all out there probably are our age, if not older, and you all can remember when there were local butcher shops, when people cooked food every day, the food was fresher, and now there's so many chemicals in it. You've got children who are prematurely maturing at ages 10 and 9 years old. What the frick? Do we really want to continue that?
It's okay. The big thing that got me was his thing on autism,
Yeah.
where they can directly correlate autism with the number of vaccinations, different vaccinations.
Yes.
I mean, okay, they're trying to say, you remember when you used to get those thermometers and they break and the mercury would be all over there, like, oh God, get away from that, it'll kill you.
Yeah.
Those are in vaccinations, mercury. But it's the acceptable amount of mercury. I don't think any amount should be acceptable.
It's
if
mercury.
Just playing with it was going to kill you, and imagine it being shot into your arm, 20 different vaccinations.
Right.
Yeah.
And folks, let's understand. I think everybody has enough common sense, which this is what we're trying to get back to, is common sense. I think anybody with enough common sense understands that there are vaccinations that are needed to give to newborns. But you don't have to give them 30 shots. A hepatitis vaccine.
The recommended amount by the time they're 18 is 72 injections.
I don't think I ever had 72 injections.
When I was young, I looked at it from the 60s to the time I was 18 in the 70s. 10 recommended by the time you was 18. But they were recommended. You didn't usually get all that. You got your measles, your mumps, and rubella, and smallpox, and polio. That was about it.
And you remember too, some folks remember that parents would actually have like chickenpox parties, where if one kid got chickenpox, the neighbor's kids would bring them all over, so the kids would get chickenpox at the same time, so that they would have their immunity.
I'm immune.
How did we survive? Technically,
we should be dead.
Yeah. All of us that are living right now should be dead, technically, if you go by their liberal logic.
Yeah.
Well, I did have that third arm cut off my shoulder, so
yeah. Now, the only one I'm worried about on the list is going to be Marco Rubio. He's got him listed as Secretary of State. Now,
I saw that.
Marco sometimes tends to be a rhino in some of his thinking, but he says he's changed, so we'll see. They give him a chance.
Well, at least Lindsey Graham ain't on the list nowhere. He flip-flops more than anything.
What do you think about his latest pick today on Dr. Oz?
Oh my gosh. Listen, those liberals are having an absolute fit, because let me pull this up over here. He's Dr. Oz. He's going to be the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
Mm-hmm. And he is a doctor.
Oh, I know. That's going to be something else we're going to talk about too here in just a minute, because I don't want to forget about it.
Do you know he is what his specialty is?
Lay it on me.
Heart surgery.
Really?
He's a heart surgeon.
Huh. Well, then he might know a few things then.
I know a few things.
Have you noticed that the people Trump are picking to do these things are actually professionals in the places that he's putting them?
No,
Hmm.
surely not.
They're not
You know,
any.
He's just a TV news personality from Fox News.
Yeah,
What
that's what I was going to
qualifies
get at.
him to be the Secretary of Defense?
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, a Fox News host is Secretary of Defense.
What makes
Bill,
him qualified?
tell the folks about his background and what he's
Well,
done.
let's see. He has received two
Hmm.
Bronze Stars from two different wars. Got one in Afghanistan, one in Iraq. He was a major. Let's see. Oh, he has a degree from Princeton
What?
and a degree from Harvard.
What? Say it's not so.
I wonder if he might be the right guy for the job.
Well, Bill, I mean, he's got some stiff competition because there's, these generals wearing dresses and wanting to walk in the ladies' bathrooms. I mean, that kind of qualifies them. I mean, they've got their makeup on and they still have a penis. So that I don't know what you're talking about. I think
Well,
that kind of trumps a Harvard degree.
did you see? Did you see Mike Johnson today?
I saw a little bit. I didn't see it all, but I saw what he said.
He said, speaking of what you just put out there, he said,
Yeah.
a man is a man, a woman is a woman, and a man can't be a woman. Now, there happens to be a trans, apparently, in the House of Representatives.
Yes.
So, in other words, the bottom line and what he was talking about was that trans going to have to use man's bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess that really upset the Democrats.
Look, I'm telling you, everybody listening should be, jumping for joy that Trump is getting rid of the BS. Everybody wants the same thing. They want lower taxes. They want lower inflation. They want to be able to live their lives, do what they need to do with their money. And the things that they want the government to do is to protect the country, don't have any wars, and, close the border and just do what needs to be done when it comes to laws. That's it. All of this trans and guys in the bathroom with women and guys in women's sports, all of it's BS.
Speaking of the borders, I got a little argument. I'm going to ask you people out there. You chime in on here. Give us an email. Give us your thoughts. This liberal on the X was just going off today about, well, I hope you Trumpers got what you wanted because your grocery prices are going to go through the roof because they're going to send back all the people picking our vegetables and picking our fruits and doing this and doing this. And the farmers are actually going to have to pay real wages for somebody to come and pick the stuff. And I mean, he goes on and on and on. Well, I jumped in and said, huh, I guess you guys are still mad that we took your slaves away. Because it sounded to me like he was wanting cheap labor over everything else. That was his argument. Is why we should leave them here because they're cheap labor. Yeah, they still pissed off because the Republicans took their slaves away.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of that, as we know, what's his name? Holman.
Yeah.
Mark, is it Mark Holman?
Uh,
I think it's
no,
Mark.
it is.
I
Ooh,
was gonna
got
say
my
I've got it here somewhere,
I had it right here in my hand, and I was just getting ready to read it. And,
but it's Holman is his last name. And
uh,
here's the thing: I watched what he said. There is going to be a massive deportation, but he has prioritized it. So your mass deportations is going to start with your criminal element, folks. They're going
Tom,
after Tom Holman.
Tom.
They're going after the criminal element. Those Venezuelan gangs that, oh, they're not doing anything in Colorado, Bill. There aren't any Venezuelan gangs.
Shit, they're all over Tennessee now. They're right next door.
Yeah,
They were selling from Memphis all the way to Nashville. They were taking over buildings and everything else down there.
I bet they
They're
won't go
they're
too much. I bet they won't go too much further east.
probably not down that far south. They may go
Right.
north and east, but not that far south. I don't think so. No.
I don't think they'll make it in Harlan either.
No.
They better listen to that song. What is it? Never leave or never left Harlan alive, or I can't
You'll
remember.
never leave Harlan alive.
But Tom Holman's going to prioritize it, folks. They got to get rid of the dangerous criminal element first. That's going to be the first one to go. Then he said they're going after the child sex traffickers. All of these missing kids and these kids that have been sex trafficked, they're going after them.
You mean the Democrats?
Bill, don't get us kicked off of here now. You can't say
I was going to say, I didn't know we could deport them. I wish we could, but I didn't know we could. Anyway.
Anyway, but folks, it's not as whatever you do, don't listen to the liberal media.
Yeah.
Because like I was saying, I didn't have a choice. I watched The View and I watched CBS. See, according to CBS, they claim, like I said, they claim that RFK is getting ready to kill the population by getting rid of vaccines. And there was one lady, Bill, she was surprised. Now, get this. She was surprised that she talked to someone on the street. And the first thing that the lady said was she wanted the food over here to be more like the food in Europe where it's fresher, meaning didn't have all the preservatives, dyes, and things of that nature. And she just acted like that was the most amazing thing, that people would want that here.
Now we know why the Amish came out in force for Trump.
Yes.
I mean, look at the fresh food, the fresh milk, all that stuff they were selling in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And the government swooped in and took it all away.
I'm going to show you all something. So I hope I can show this. I went to Germany. And while I was in Germany, we had a great time. But I just want to show you a picture of this food. This food tasted so good, and I took a picture of it, and I hope that it can, let's see.
There you go. Well, you had it. Now you disappeared.
Yeah, it was kind of, there it is. Well, anyway, that was fresh pork, potato, sauerkraut, because Germans like sauerkraut, and the sauerkraut was delicious. Oh my gosh. And it was amazing. Just the way it tasted, because it was fresh food with no preservatives, no additives, no dyes.
You know, we could go to the supermarket when I lived in Italy. It was amazing because they got up every morning and did their shopping for the meals for the day.
Yeah.
They were out 6, 7 o'clock buying the ingredients and the food they were going to cook that day. There was no, let's put it in the refrigerator and save it for, 2 weeks down the road, get it out because it's got preservatives in it. They went and got the fresh stuff, went to the butcher shop, got their meats chopped, and went to, everything was fresh. And they made the meals for that day. And then they
Yeah.
went out the next day and got their ingredients for the next meal. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, I love the food over there.
Oh my gosh. I love that in the beer in Germany. And the beer is the same way. The beer is not pasteurized over there. And let me just say this, folks. Young boys are not supposed to have man boobs at age 11.
No.
That's another problem. That's all the hormones that they put in the meats, dyes, all these chemicals that are causing our young kids to prematurely have hormonal problems, which also adds to the mental issues. So I'm just throwing that out there. And we'll probably get flagged for that. So let me just preface that by saying that is an idea and that is from
An opinion.
An opinion. We wind up getting kicked off again.
Well, I don't know if everybody knows, but our video last show did get removed from YouTube because medical reasons and all that was said. And well, we ain't gonna say it again or we'll kick off again, but it was nothing. But they said we were giving medical advice.
But we've also said that this show is for the entertainment value of our viewers. Entertainment value.
But we were giving out false medical information because, yeah, well, email us and we'll tell you.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. There was something else I wanted to go over.
What about Matt Gantz?
Oh, yes. Let's talk about that. Because they're trying to label him as a sexual predator.
Sex trafficker.
Sex trafficker. And Bill, just tell them where this comes from. This comes from a case back in 2019, right?
Yeah.
Where they tried to
way back
him.
then.
Yeah, this comes from 2019. And the case, basically, someone was trying to blackmail, I believe they were trying to blackmail him and his father, right?
Something like that, yeah. His father and trying to blackmail.
So they were trying to
blackmail money out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And
the FBI investigated it.
DOJ, it's his Department of Justice, did a probe into it, which was closed last year.
Mm-hmm.
And federal prosecutors did not file charges. Couldn't find any evidence to file charges. That was federal prosecutors.
No evidence.
And
but now
the House Ethics Committee didn't censure him either in their investigation.
Well, imagine that. So the investigation, they didn't find anything.
Well, now did you hear what MTG said?
What'd she say? I love listening to her.
She had a big list up there of she didn't put names on them, but she had a list and all the billions of dollars of taxpayer money that's been spent to settle sexual misconduct cases in the Senate. And said it would be a shame if taxpayers found out who all used these funds, these taxpayer funds, to settle their sexual misconduct cases. So, you know what I'm saying? Kind of a
I pick
threat,
up what
but
you're
not a threat.
Mm-hmm. I would be
shame that list got out there. But apparently, they've spent billions covering up sexual allegations against senators. Taxpayer money. They have a fund that you can go draw out of.
Oh my God!
To cover up your escapades.
I wonder if that was
But
also
anyway, Matt Gantz is he's the man.
he is.
He
They're
needs to
just
get in
mad.
there because I'd back him 100%.
Now, how much time we got, Bill?
10 minutes.
Okay, so I want to mention this because you had sent this to me from the X, and I'm going to pull this up. I guess this is supposed to be from Chuck Schumer. Says that they're taking steps to move forward with another 9 nominees to serve in district court judges. Means that they will take more steps to move forward on the 12th district court judges since the end of last week. Said that, like I said, this is supposed to be Chuck Schumer. It says they'll continue to move forward confirming judicial nominees. So seems like they're trying to stack looks like the 12th district courts.
Well, they're trying to stack court. So they're thinking if they get all these judges in there that they'll block Trump's deportation efforts. Which he said now he's going to declare a national emergency and bring the army out, just round them up. Now here's one from you. This just came out. Going along with this, Republican senators mocking the libs. This is what they sent to Schumer. It says, here's one of the senators said, "I'm Steve Daines. My pronouns are Republican majority. I have a simple message for Chuck Schumer. It's over."
I love it. I love it. Oh, geez. Well, Bill, you got anything else?
Yeah. One thing that's important here. They're bringing up the Articles 25th Amendment on Biden right now, because if you guys haven't been paying attention, he gave the okay for Ukraine to fire long-range missiles into Russia. Putin says if those missiles are fired into Russia, that he will retaliate with nuclear force before Christmas. They're wanting to bring impeachment up against Biden now for starting World War III, basically, because it's getting very close. Apparently, all right, they have members of Congress and now all agreed to go ahead with the articles of impeachment against Biden. Doubt if they can get it through fast enough, but
well, I was going to say we got to remind the people those are our missiles.
Yes, they are United States missiles, and we gave the go ahead for them to fire them into Russia.
Well, Biden did. We did.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Here's another one, real quick. The Biden-Harris Justice Department investigated Matt Gantz for 2 years and found nothing. If there was anything there, Biden's DOJ certainly would have found it.
Yes. And that's
we all know that the allegations are part of an attempt to extort $25 million from his wealthy father.
Wow.
So he'll be the next Attorney General, and heads will roll.
Oh, well, Bill, I think that we need to wrap it up on that one.
All right, but pay attention. Pay attention. What's going on with these missiles?
Yes.
It's not a pretty sight. So, if you're under the age of 65, you're probably going to get drafted.
January can't get here fast enough. Good grief.
I know.
All right, folks. That's going to be it. We're going to wrap this up for us right now. we'll hopefully come back with you another show here pretty soon and quickly. Thank you all for joining us as always. Thank you all for joining us on election night. As always, check us out on the website at bluecollarminutemen.com. You can find the video there. Check us out on YouTube, BitChute, and Rumble, where you can find the videos. Check us out on the X on our social media page. You can also find us on Instagram. We're still on MeWe and Spreely. I haven't done a whole lot of posting over there, though. But you can find us there as well. Best way is check out bluecollarminutemen.com on the website. So thank you all for joining us. God bless you all. God bless America. Let's get January here.
God bless.